The story of a Saiyan who is born with a power level of 0 and goes on to become the universe's first ever God of Destruction continues today. This is the story of Dragon Ball Infinity. Last time, Time of the Saiyan just got done beating down a large majority of Beerus' race, then Beerus' dad, and then this lizard the size of a building. Timer had to transform into an Ozaru form just to take him down. This is all in an attempt to take down the current king of Beerus' world, the Pharaoh. Right now, although this does take place on Beerus' home planet, Beerus and his brother aren't even involved because they're only children. They wouldn't even know what a God of Destruction is at this point. This story more or less gives a lot of interpreted lore of where Beerus' race comes from and how it all worked. There's even this short little spin-off comic of a spin-off comic about the two brothers, Beerus and Champa, as children. It takes place in an alleyway and it's basically just a kid Champa saying, "My dad is the strongest, he can beat all of your dads." In this story, Beerus and Champa's dad is one of the strongest dads and one of the strongest members of their race. The official story continues with Timer about to confront the king of Beerus' home world, the Pharaoh. However, before anything can even happen, this guy jumps down and basically just exposition dumps a bunch of lore about the planet. For now, the fight is postponed and the Pharaoh just flies away. Timer is left there a little bit confused, but Beerus' dad says that he has a plan. When it cuts back to Beerus' dad, you scroll down a bit and it has been so long that a teenage Champa and a teenage Beerus appear, and this is them. They don't really do much yet, they're just kind of there, but it is cool to see a teenage Beerus and a teenage Champa before they were gods. So far, this specific story has an immense amount of backstory and lore to it. For a Dragon Ball fan manga, this really goes deep with the extra amount of lore that this has. There are their own set of prehistoric gods. At the end of chapter 11, the Pharaoh retreats to a cave where he is met by this person, a snake-like Frieza. This isn't just a short story that depicts the world that Beerus grew up in. This is its own story with its own world and unique characters. It cuts back to the Pharaoh's slaves who are beaten down and almost on the brink of death, but they say, "We must keep fighting." But without even hesitating or caring, the Pharaoh comes down and wipes out his own people. It cuts back to Timer, who is radiating godlike aura. He has reached a new level of power and the time has now come where he has to fight the Pharaoh himself. What looks like Beerus' dad with a mustache, who has now become much older, asks if he can be of any assistance or if he can help in any way, but time has passed and he's now got a mustache and can barely fight. He says, "You are no longer a warrior, you would just slow me down." Eventually, Timer comes face to face with the Pharaoh and they begin to fight. One punch is all it takes to get the Pharaoh of Beerus' world on his knees. He says, "How could I have grown so weak?" What ends up happening is this snake that looks a lot like Frieza threatens to kill Timer's mother. He says, "Not so fast, if you move, your mother is done." The Pharaoh now jumps into this well of black darkness and he comes out completely transformed. He transforms into this giant wolf with a power level higher than everyone. This is what he looks like and is now one of the strongest beings in Beerus' race. That is where the latest chapter of Dragon Ball Infinity ends. There is so much lore and detail here in this story that I purposely left out. It goes deep into where Beerus came from and what his species is really all about. And it's an ongoing story too. Will Timer be able to take down the Pharaoh of Beerus' world? Let me know what you think. I want to thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next Dragon Ball video.